Hello humanity, my name is Ukulele. Today I'll be playing the test Hypothesis Rising. I did the first one a while back, but I've had a lot of other stuff going on, and for some reason OBS was being difficult with recording it, so yeah, at least now we're finally getting into it. Before experiencing the test, it is highly recommended you play. It's pretty cool. Yep, that's fine. You'll stand to gain a lot more from this experience if you played the test first. Okay. I would like to urge you to go play the test now. Okay. That's fine. I've already played it. Wonderful news, we can continue. Well, I'm glad. Oh. What a lovely macabre setting we have here. Hello and welcome to my office. It's truly a pleasure to see you here today. Why do I feel like... I don't know. Anyway, never mind. My mind is kind of scattered. In an odd way, he seems kind of pretty. I mean, if you ignore the bone necklace and the mask. Oh shoot, I didn't read that one. Now I don't want to take up too much of your time with blabber and nonsensical speak, so I'll just get straight to the point. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves life's tough questions. Sure, why not? There's one question in particular I'd like for you to ask yourself. Are you happy? And when I say happy, I don't mean content. Being content is great, but it's not the same as being happy. Man, I'm a sucker for piano music. I love this. The music. And the chibi art is freaking adorable. And I'm already an anime nerd, so you know, this is exactly my jam. I want to help you. I want to inspire you to be the best that you can be. Aw, that's so sweet. I want to inspire you to be the happiest version of yourself. I want to see you grow inside and out. Hey now, is that a flirt over there? Are you flirting? Now, how do we accomplish this, you might be asking? Good question. Allow me to explain. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you are going to answer them with 100% entire honesty. And when I say 100% entire honesty, I mean 100% entire honesty. Fair enough. Huh, I didn't notice that. Think about it. Do you want to be happy? You do want to be happy, don't you? Well, sure, doesn't everyone? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, all that. You wouldn't want to do something so bold as to tempt fate by lying, would you? I mean, I might not mind tempting fate. Pretty handsome man. Or other, I don't know. I can't say how fate identifies. Just remember, if you lie, the only person you're lying to is yourself. The only person who will suffer from this is you. Yeah, fair. And believe me, you will suffer. Alright, I get it. Not to mention the fact that whether you tell me the truth or not, I'll know. But that's another story. Let's be moving on, shall we? We've wasted enough time explaining what we're going to be doing. Just remember, we all want to be good people. We all want to give the answer that we feel lend the most desirable human traits within ourselves. But sometimes good people do bad things, and sometimes we don't always have desirable traits as humans. Are you human though? Kinda gray skin. I can't judge, never mind. I'm pretty pale. People always say I'm a vampire. Actually, one of my friends the other day, he was trying to, me and Anon were talking with him, and he was trying to show us something through a messenger video. Anyway, he showed his screen and it was just like black and a reflection. I was like, oh, a reflection. I've never seen one of those before. And I guess it kind of went over their heads. But it's fair. This joke works on 2 different levels. Because they thought I was just being sarcastic. But it was supposed to be a joke about me being a vampire, because everyone always calls me a vampire since I'm kind of nocturnal. I mean, case in point. Anyway, I cannot express enough just how important it is to be truly honest while answering these questions, no matter how uncomfortable the truth may make you. Now, it's time to get into the real meat of this experience. It's time for you to get the advice that you deserve. As you read questions and scenarios during this process, I want you to create your own circumstances and build your own bridges to arrive at the answer that best suits your own psyche. Okay, I'm familiar with this from last time. If you've never experienced the scenario being asked of you, then simply imagine that you have and try to assume how you might feel in that situation. I'd like to invite you to pour a glass of water, sit back, and relax as we unfold your fate and the secret to overcoming the next hurdle in your life. Jeez, I do need some water. Okay. We're going to start with some basic, easy questions. Ooh. Is this the whisperings of the beyond I hear? It is tempting, Fate. It is tempting. I'd love to know the mysteries of the universe. Anyway, if you answer these questions twice, your advice may change. It's not just about answering the questions, it's about many different variables. Many different factors are at play here, including the amount of time taken to answer proposed questions. Yeah, I think last time I was answering the question too quickly, and then I'd go into a story about that question or whatever. I should probably tell the story first and then answer the question. You know, it's a learning experience. With that being said, it's far more important to actually take your time and think about how honest of an answer you're giving before you give it. Whatever you do, do not rush the process. Time is your best friend here. You'll see what I mean soon enough. Alright. And here we go. Do you feel uncomfortable right now? No, you're lovely. I'm not bothered. Are you nervous? Well, it says help on blood there. Maybe a little. I don't know why I have to think about this one. I mean, this shrieking noises bother me a little, yeah. Do you feel cold? Nope, I'm actually quite warm. Do you feel sad? Nope. Not right now, anyway. Have you ever hurt someone because you were hurting, even though they didn't deserve it? Well, yeah, I think people... Yeah, it's something you have to learn. You have to learn not to lash out at people. Do you crave acceptance by others? Don't we all? Well, most of us anyway. Have you ever lost a loved one? Um, well, yeah, I mean, I think everyone has. Huh. Well, I'm gonna not do the the deeper voice right now. I don't have enough water to keep doing it. Anyway, do you know what heartbreak feels like? Yes, I've been in a few different relationships. Do you believe in demons? I mean, yes, I do. Do you believe in curses? That one I'm not so sure about. I mean, yes, sort of, in a way. But it's more about bad luck, I feel like, than actual curse. Yes, I consider myself to be spiritual. Are you afraid of dying alone? Not exactly. I think I'd rather just... I did it again. Damn it. Anyway. I'll just move on. If there was undeniable proof that a ghost was haunting you, would you continue to live in your home? I mean... maybe. Probably because I'm poor and I couldn't afford to live anywhere else. Have you ever seen an object mysteriously move without being touched? Yes. Do you believe it's possible for a game to summon supernatural forces into your life without you knowing it? I don't think... well... I don't know. I can't say for sure, but at least in my case, I think I would know. Would you like to make more friends? Yeah, I'm actually kind of in a rut right now as far as friendship goes. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? I do the best that I can. I mean, I'll go out of my way for my friends. Do you feel lonely? I mean, yeah, pretty often. Talk to me. Okay, I am. Do you make friends easily? No, I do not. Do you tend to avoid drama where possible? Yes, I do. I'd rather have a peaceful, quiet life than deal with drama and stress all the time. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Yeah, I actually nearly died back in 2018. Like, it was actually a suicide attempt, and I don't want to get too heavy about it, so I won't go into details, but like, I'm glad that it didn't happen, that I didn't die, but it was like 50-50 whether I would make it, and I do have consequences that I'm living with now because of it. So, yeah. Yeah, I'll just move on. Do you like horror movies? Not usually. My mind is dark enough and my imagination is vivid enough. I don't need it. All very interesting. Have you played the test? Yes, I have. That's the spirit. Have you played the horror scope? No, I haven't. Give it a whack. I'm totally not biased or anything. Uh-huh. You're trying to shill that to me, huh? Do you watch porn? I mean, once in a blue moon. Not very often. Would you consider yourself to be a hard worker? I mean, if I'm gonna commit myself to something, I work as hard as I can. I don't want to half-ass it. Do you have a low opinion of yourself? I think it depends on the time, because it kind of flip-flops. In general, I would say yes, though. Would you consider yourself to be a confident person? Once again, yes and no. It flip-flops. I was, well, it's possible that I might be borderline among other other mental and emotional issues. So honestly, it's hard to know who I am as a person sometimes. Like, it literally can change it at times, I feel like. But, in general, sure, we'll say yeah. Would you help an old lady cross the street even if you were running late for an appointment? I try my best to never run late. Like, I hate being late to things. I'd rather be like an hour early to anything than to be late. But if I'm already late, who cares? Would you kill all of your neighbor's pets just to save one of your own? No. I do love my pets, but would I go on a murderous rampage just to protect them? I don't think so. Have you ever tried to smother yourself with a pillow to see if you could actually suffocate yourself? I mean, yeah. Not like seriously trying it, but... Have you ever been caught dancing when you thought no one was watching? Yes, and I hate it because people always give me a hard time about it. Because I'm not a dancer. Like, I just get embarrassed whenever I dance. Have you ever tried to roll your eyes back so far just to see if they'd really get stuck? Yeah, I think everyone has as a kid. Have you ever played a practical joke that you regret pulling on someone? Huh. That's a hard one. I can't think of anything at the moment. Nothing's really coming to mind. But I'm sure I have done something that I regret. Practical joke-wise. Are you streaming live? Hell no. Too much social pressure. Maybe one day. Are you recording this? Yeah. If I told you that I was watching you play this game right now, would you believe me? No. You can't watch while it's being recorded, since I'm recording it at this moment and then I'll be posting it in the future. And then in the future, when it's posted, it'll be a recording of the past. Anyway. If you've left a comment for me at any point in time, I've read your words. Does this bother you? Nope. If you've left a comment for me, does it make you feel positive that I've paid attention to what you've taken the time to write? I mean, sure, maybe. People like to be acknowledged and recognized. Do you understand that no matter what, I appreciate you? Aww, that's real sweet. But, I don't really believe it. I really do. You're a big softy. Are you afraid of snakes? Yes. Yes, I am. Pretty basic, I think. Do you believe in magic? Well, my theory on magic is that it's just things that science hasn't figured out how to explain yet. Honestly, so technically yes, but technically no. Have you cried in the last month? I believe I have. Well, yeah, no, I definitely have. Okay. Do you have a hero? Oh, yes, I do. But I've met one of the people I looked up to before, and the saying, don't meet your heroes, it can ring true. Because he turned out to be kind of brisk and harsh. Kind of very unfriendly. Which is fair, I mean, I'm a stranger, but I don't know. It definitely was a letdown. But yes, I have a few heroes. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, etc. Do you typically learn from your mistakes? I do my best to. I don't want to continue to hurt others. Do you enjoy outdoor activities? Not that often, no. Would you consider yourself to be lazy? Sometimes. Do you sometimes find it difficult to stay motivated? Absolutely. Motivation is hard to come by. Not always, but sometimes. Do you put the needs of others before yourself? Pretty much always. It's really bad. I need to not do that. Would your family and friends describe you as kind? I think it depends on who you'd ask. Some of them see me as kind. Those that I'm closest to see me as kind. But those that aren't as close to me would probably say that I'm very cold and standoffish, I suppose. I guess, yeah, but it depends who you ask. Have you ever cheated in a relationship? I don't think so. No, I wouldn't have. Have you ever been cheated on in a relationship? No, because it doesn't count if you're on like a wait and see kind of stage. Basically being out on my mission, like the person that I had been dating before that, we were in like a gray stage where I was like, yeah, go ahead and date other people, it's a good idea for you to get experience. You really shouldn't marry the first person you date, blah blah blah. But yeah, so I don't know if that really counts. I'd say no. Would you consider yourself to be judgmental? No. I actually work really hard not to be, because I've been judged my whole life and I freaking hate it. It is the worst thing for people to just automatically assume that they know everything about you because of one thing that they've heard from Sally or whoever the hell. So I do my best to not continue that kind of bullshit, because it pisses me off. I see. Are you a hero to someone else? I want to say no, but I do know that, well, it's hard. I do know that there is someone who looks up to me, but I don't feel worthy to be looked up to. Do you love animals? Yeah, definitely. I have a kitty right here. Have you ever found a family member on Tinder and wanted to hit them with a super like just to make shit really awkward? I don't use Tinder. I mean, just from what I've heard, it seems Tinder is just full of people who are wanting to just purely hook up, and I'm not about that at all. Yeah, me neither. I mean, you do you, man. You do you. I'm not opposed to inappropriate jokes. I make them all the time. Do you enjoy drinking alcohol? Not really. Are you intoxicated? Nope. Well, that makes one of us. Hiccup. Good for you. I mean, if it makes things easier or funner, whatever, I'm not gonna judge. Do you like the phrase sneaky snake? Sure, why not? Alliteration can be fun. Are these questions a bit strange to you? Not really. They're just kind of get to know you stuff, I think. Do you have a vivid imagination? 1000% yes, I do. It gets me in trouble. There have been times that I've just, like, let myself zone out to the point that I had, like, well, people say daydream, but I don't think they usually mean it in the sense of, like, it's like you're dreaming, but you're actually technically awake. And then you snap out of it. Like, I was going somewhere in my freaking mind. That kind of stuff happens to me all the time. Or, like, anytime I have to go outside at night, my mind is just super helpful and just is like, what if this giant shadowy beast, yada yada, XYZ, is out there? So, yeah. So, yes, absolutely. Do you feel uncomfortable in large social settings? Yeah, I do. I'm an introvert at heart. Would you consider yourself to be antisocial? Yeah. Unfortunately. Do you hold a grudge for long periods of time? It depends. I try not to hold grudges. I've worked hard to just let go of the past. But there are certain things that I cannot and will not let go. So, technically yes. Have you ever urinated in public? Yep. Oh my gosh, there's just 180 on this freaking question. Do you like pineapple on your pizza? I mean, I don't really care one way or another. The problem is pineapple pizza always has pork, like freaking ham on it, and I don't eat pork at all. But sure, pineapple is fine. I knew I liked you. Hey, you're not so bad yourself. Would you consider yourself to be selfish? Yeah, probably. Do you think you've got a big ego? In the sense that I'm really full of myself? No. It's kind of the opposite, actually. I think I have a minor inferiority complex, but I don't know. I'm not gonna self-diagnose. Would you consider yourself kinky? Yeah, I would. Have you ever masturbated into a fishbowl? I'm not sure how that works for people born genetically female, but no. Well, then you can't be that kinky. Hey, you stop that. No gatekeeping here. Only good vibes. Would you consider yourself to be religious? Yeah, mostly, sort of. Would you consider yourself to be temperamental? No, I feel like I'm pretty even-tempered. My mood can change pretty often because of the other issues, but I wouldn't say that I'm like snippy very often or angry that much. I'm usually pretty mellow unless I'm in a stressful situation. If you had to kill someone to save your own life, but you knew they didn't deserve it, would you do it? I guess it depends on the situation. If I had to kill someone to save my own life, but they didn't deserve it, would I do it? Well, if we're assuming that they're like an honest, good person who's just kind of the average Joe or Jane or what have you. No, I don't think I would. Interesting. Would you sacrifice your own life for a complete stranger? Yes, because I have some sort of martyr complex or something. I don't know. I feel like I have to make up for things that I did that are bad. At least a part of me does. Whatever part of me it is that won't let go of anything bad that I've ever done. I don't know. It wants to hold me accountable to it. Even more interesting. Have you ever been inside of a burning building? Not while it was actively burning, but I've been inside a building that had been burned in my alleged trespassing days. Shit, that was the wrong button. Oh well. Have you ever been to a funeral? Yes, I have. It was not pleasant for me. If you could attend your own funeral before you died, would you take the opportunity to do so? No, because I legitimately have a fear of dead things. Not dying, but corpses, like bones and shit, it just is not good for me, so no. To hell with that. They can say whatever they want, that's fine. If you could see into the future, but you were told that it would only reveal the absolute worst of what's in store for you, would you still look? mean, maybe. I would be curious. If you had the power to stop time, would you use it to do something you know you shouldn't do? Well, hypothetically, we'll go with this. Hypothetically, I may commit a few actions that are under the shouldn't do category. So, yes. If you had the power to remove one person from Earth, never to return again, would you use it? Well, it's just saying one person. It's not saying I would get to choose who it is. And even if I could choose, to be honest, that's a lot of pressure. No, I don't think I'd want that. If I told you that I understand you better than you understand yourself, would you believe me? I mean, hell, to be honest, sure. I feel like anyone could know me better than I know myself at this point in time, technically. But also, at the same time, no. Like, I don't know myself because of the alleged borderline personality disorder. But, legitimately, actually, like, the worst day of my life. And I still say, after all the stuff that I've been through, like, my attempts at dying and all the other stuff that I've been through, I still think, yeah, the worst day of my life was like 3rd grade or something, 2nd grade maybe. It was pretty early, like 2nd or 3rd grade, I know that. It was just a random freaking day, and I was on the bus to school, sitting by myself looking out the window, people watching like I always did. And it just randomly, like, I was ruminating on stuff and just letting my mind kind of wander. Sheesh. I keep getting tongue-tied. Anyway, I was letting my mind just wander, and out of freaking nowhere, like getting hit by a semi, the thought occurred to me, and it really sunk in that no one would ever truly understand me. No one. Even the people who know me the best will never truly understand me. Because they can't. They can't know me 100%. They can't understand me entirely. I mean, hell, I can't even understand myself most of the time. I don't understand how my own thinking or brain works. And I don't mean the biological sense, I mean like the psychological ways. So, I mean, I do believe that God, the higher power, however you would like to refer to it, knows me better than myself. And I guess if this is the embodiment of that, then sure. If someone threatened to kill you, would your first response be to react in violence? Nope. I don't think so. That's just unwise anyway. Like, if they have a knife and they're saying they want to kill you, then punching them or something, that's just gonna make them lunge at you. Anyway, if a stranger stole money from you to support their drug addiction, would you forgive them if they apologized to you? I've actually had this kind of thing happen before. It wasn't a stranger though, unfortunately. It was actually a friend. And I did forgive them, because, I mean, what's the point in hanging on to that? What's the point in being mad about it? It's not going to change the fact that they used the money. The money's not going to reappear. And they're not going to be any better for it. So, what's the point in holding on to that? If a family member said something nasty about you behind your back, would you confront them about it directly? I mean, this is actually a reality for me. All my life, I've had to deal with this kind of crap. Being, like, legitimately being labeled various different things. But I don't know. Part of me is like, yes, absolutely. If I have an issue with someone, I will take it up with them. There's no point in just letting it fester. I don't believe in that. I believe in talking stuff out and actually getting resolution. Like, it drives me nuts that there's a lot of people I know who refuse to talk shit out. But at the same time, my mind says, what's the point? If they're already saying nasty shit about you, what's the point? Like, they're not gonna change their mind just because you talk to them. But yeah, I'd still rather talk to them about it, even if they don't change their mind or stop it. Then at least they know I know. If you had to eat raw squirrel brains for 3 days to stay alive, would you do it? That's an unpleasant image. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know that I could. As it is, like, I do eat meat, but if I think too much about it, the fact that it came from a dead animal, and imagine the corpse, or if the meat's on a bone, I can't really eat it. Like, I'll get sick, physically sick. And I just can't eat anything after that. So I guess it depends. If I'm not seeing the actual bodies, maybe I could. If you woke up tomorrow and none of your family remembered who you were, would you choose to leave and start a new life? Man, that'd be really... On one hand, most of my family doesn't really... I don't know. Like, my extended family barely knows me anyway. My close family... Some of them I would be really upset about, but others I don't know if they would even care, or if I would be that bothered either, because they don't really talk to me that much. But I think I'd have to, if none of them remembered me. I think I'd have to. If a homeless man was clearly sick, freezing, and utterly miserable in the rain, would you be willing to give him your clothes and walk home naked? Well, yeah. Although I'd rather just help take him somewhere warm if I could, rather than just giving him the clothes to sit in the rain still. Because then it's just gonna get soggy and wet anyway. But honestly, if he was not doing well, or she was not doing well, no, yeah. Yeah, I would do it. Fuck it, who cares? If someone accidentally hit you in their car but you suffered no injuries whatsoever, would you still be upset with them? Well, I've actually had this happen as well. I used to bike everywhere because I don't drive due to anxiety and stuff. So I've actually been hit by cars a few different times. And I mean, the most I ever got was like a couple scrapes. Nothing too serious. Scrapes and bruises, but it depends on the person. If they accidentally did it, and they actually stopped to check on me, because like I said, I've had it happen multiple times. I've had someone, they stopped and actually checked on me and offered me a ride and everything, and offered to help pay for my bike repairs because they screwed it up. And then I've also had a freaking blonde lady, who I could only refer to as a Karen, who was texting and driving and ran into me and then just fucking took off. So I guess it would depend on the situation. Because accidentally hitting you is too broad of a subject. I'm gonna say under the assumption that they stop and they check on me and make sure everything's good and like apologize and stuff and they're sincere about it, yeah, I'd be fine with that. Have you looked for any hidden meanings or messages within these questions? No, I haven't. Maybe you should have been. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are you wondering if there's a deeper meaning to all of this other than just simply answering question after question? I always wonder if there's a deeper meaning, like, yeah. Miracles happen every day. Do you agree? Sure. I don't know if most people would consider them miracles or just luck, but it's the same thing really. Umbrellas aren't worth lugging around and you don't mind getting rained on. Do you agree? The first part, I don't fully agree with that because I kind of like carrying an umbrella around. My skin, like, I feel like, once again, I can't self-diagnose, but I'm pretty sure that I have mild sun allergy. And so I'm not actually bothered by carrying an umbrella around and, like, using it for the sunlight. I don't actually do that very often, but... And I have an umbrella sword because I really like swords and stuff. But I also don't mind getting rained on. Like, I freaking love the rain. The rain is my favorite weather. So, I disagree with that part, but I don't mind getting rained on. Like, I'll purposely go out in the rain. Red is a prettier color than pink. Do you agree? Yes, I personally do. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? Do I ever feel like Katy Perry firework? Yes, I do. Eating in front of people can be awkward. Do you agree? Yeah. I actually hate eating in front of people if they're not also eating something. Even if it's like I'm eating my dinner and they're eating like a popsicle or something. So, yeah, I hate the idea of being watched while I'm eating. Just because I'm, like, self-conscious and stuff. Rings used as a ceremonial wedding gift are so outdated. Do you agree? No, not really, but people can do whatever they want to. I don't really think it matters. If you want to exchange swords at your wedding, do it. If you want to exchange, like, freaking tattoos or something else, who cares? Do what you want to do. I'm fine with any of them. Do you realize that the first letter of the last 6 questions, when combined, spells out the word murder? No, I didn't. Do you know why that is? No, I don't. Does that make you slightly uncomfortable? Nah. I've watched Hannibal and Dexter, I'm not that bothered. Are you going to start paying closer attention to what you may have gotten yourself into? I'd like to. I'm curious. Do you realize it's too late to turn back now? Nah. I'm here. Do you hear someone in your room? No, frankly I don't, because all I can hear is the sounds from the game right now. And the cats. But they're not up to much right now. So I guess, sort of, I hear the cats, but I'm gonna say no for the sake of... I'm assuming you mean human. Do you see the shadows closing in? Stop that. Do you mean these shadows? These shadows here? Because if so, no, I haven't noticed. And... you can't see it. You can't see it, but I'm shaking my head at this question. Because I legitimately have nyctophobia as well, like fear of the dark and the unknown. Like the ocean when it's like pitch black in the water. and going out at night and shadows. Like, I see shit in the shadows, so no, but stop it. Do you feel... Stop. Good grief. Why are you doing this to me? I thought you were nice. Do you feel like you're being watched? Let me see. No, none of the cats are looking at me. Did you look around your room? Yes, I did, because I was checking where the cats are. Do you like long walks on the beach? I was just saying about the ocean, man. I was just barely saying about the ocean. Were you not listening? I mean, I guess you only hear yes or no, but damn it. No, I don't like the beach. The sun is bad for me. Sand can be nice, but if it's in, like, in your sandals or tennis shoes or something, ugh. Do you enjoy giving gifts to people? Yeah, of course. Who doesn't? Have you ever felt like giving up on life? Yes. Yes, I have. I've attempted a couple. Yep. Do you love your family more than you love yourself? That's a kind of a lower bar. I'm working on this. I have to work on it a lot more than I currently have. And also it depends on who you're talking about. But in general, I'd say, yeah, if you're talking about specific people. Do you have a best friend who's clearly better than the rest of your friends? Well, yeah, it's gotta be Anon. Do you think there's some kind of a conspiracy behind the coronavirus? Not really. It is what it is. Diseases come and go, man. It's just a matter of, well, I mean, technically, yes, I do. Not because I think there's anything wrong with the coronavirus or anything, but oh god, I'm gonna sound like a conspiracy nut. I do believe that the government wants us to be scared of something at all times. Like, I remember back in the 2000s when I was a kid, they were hyping up how terrifying sharks were for a while. Even though most of society does not live along the coast where they would even be interacting with sharks. Like, what's the point of being scared of a shark if you live in the middle of freaking Utah or any other state in the middle where you're not near the ocean? So, kind of, yeah. In that sense, yes. Do you believe that you're human? Unfortunately, yeah. If you could turn invisible, but you could never be visible ever again, once you decided to use your power for the first time, would you ever use it? Well, would it just be my body, or would my clothes be invisible too, or what? I don't know. That's a tricky one. Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't seem that useful, though. So no. I'm all for having powers and whatever, but that one seems kind of irritating. If you knew someone was about to rob a convenience store, but you knew that they were doing it to feed their family, would you stop them? No. And if I knew they were going to rob a convenience store in the first place, if they have a gun or a knife, if you stop them, you're just gonna get hurt or get others hurt. To be honest, you're better off as a civilian to not intervene. If you were stranded on a remote island with a stranger and you were both starving to death, but you found a secret stash of food that they didn't know about, would you share it with them? Yeah, I'm not a freaking... I don't know. I'm not gonna keep all the food to myself. Although I would try to make sure that we plan things out accordingly, like rationing it, or if there's any way to plant food or something. I don't know. We'd figure it out. It's better off working together than it is working against each other, though. If you could turn into an eagle for 1 year, but you wouldn't be able to turn back into a person until that 1 year had passed, would you do it? No, I don't think I would. I'm kind of afraid of heights. Also, even though eagles are protected by the Constitution or whatever, being stuck as a bird for a year that you're just living off eating live animals, I don't think I could do that. It'd be cool, but I wouldn't want to be that. If you had the opportunity to earn riches beyond your wildest dreams by fighting a grizzly bear to the death, using nothing but a machete and an army helmet, would you do it? I mean, there was a point when I was imagining this scenario of if I had to fight a bear, would I, or what would I do, or blah blah blah. Sure, I guess. I'd probably die, but I might be willing to try. Because the alternative is, if I win, I can help out those that I care about who are also in poverty like me, and help them to be happier and have a better life. So, if you had to pick one basic food item to eat exclusively for an entire year, would you choose potatoes? I don't know what your obsession is with 1 year of this, that, or the other, but okay. Potatoes, they seem pretty reasonable, yeah, sure. If pizza screamed in agony every time you bit into a piece, would you still continue to eat pizza? Not really, I don't think so. That'd be a really off-putting experience for me. And it would probably hurt your ears, depending on the scream. I am known for having a great horror movie scream, but man, if that happened every time you took a bite, ugh, it'd not be worth it. If your best friend got bit in the genitals by a highly venomous snake and the only way to save their life was to suck the venom out of their genitals, would you do it to save them? Yeah. I mean, I kind of made it clear, I think at this point, self-sacrifice is kind of my thing. Well, for those that I really, really care about. Was that question difficult to answer? No, not really. Do you feel mortal? Yeah, unfortunately. Do you enjoy loud music? Sometimes. It depends on my mood. Do you feel awkward when you dance? Hell yeah. Do you suffer from an anxiety disorder? Yep. Do you ever feel depressed? All the time. You're not alone. Aw. There he goes being mushy again. Do you feel relaxed? Honestly, yeah. I'm pretty calm. Pretty chill right now. Do you think you have a guardian angel watching over you? I don't know. I don't know that I would say a guardian angel or anything. But I do feel like I have been looked out for in my life. So, sort of, but not exactly. Do you ever hear your name being called when no one could have called it? Oh my gosh, yes, I have. There was one time I didn't know that I was home alone, but I was at home alone in the living room. I was reading a book, I don't know what. And, this is part of the reason that I can't sit with my back to the room, like, to the majority of the room at least. And I don't like my back to, like, a door or a window either. I'd prefer it to just be, like, my back to be to the wall. Anyway, I was sitting in a chair, like, let's say this is the living room. I was sitting in a chair right there, and then there was another room right there. And I heard a voice calling my name from over here, and I turned around, and there was no one there. And I was like, yeah, and I went and I looked through the whole damn house, and found out, I had no idea beforehand, because I was so engrossed in my book, and found out, though, that I was alone. No one had told me they had left, they just freaking booked it or whatever, and were gone. Ugh. So, yeah. I'm gonna take special note of that one. You do that. You take your special note. Do you always look both ways before before crossing the road? No, I unfortunately do not. There was a point that I was on my mission with my companion, and we were biking back to our apartment, and I just freaking went for it. I didn't look at all, and it terrified the hell out of my companion because I legit almost got hit, but I was not in a good headspace and I did not care. And she freaked out and was yelling to me, and when she got to the other side, I was all annoyed about it. I was just being like, what? Why are you freaking out at me? Calm down. It wasn't that serious. I'm so sorry. If you ever hear this video, I'm so sorry for being kind of an asshole at that time. Ah, shoot. I chose the wrong one again. Damn it. Do you wash your hands every day? Yes, multiple times a day. I'm all about hygiene. Do you feel uncomfortable using public restrooms? Yeah. Is winter your favorite season? No, it's not. Do you know anyone named Josh? Huh. I mean, I'm sure I've met someone named Josh, but off the top of my head, I don't know anybody. Are you wondering why that last question is relevant? Nah, I'm just gonna guess you're curious. Are you allergic to any animals? Not that I'm aware of, no. And thank goodness for that. Have you ever thought about an animal in a sexual way? Well, if you count anime girls and boys, like cat boys or cat girls or dragon ladies, cough cough, then yes. Have you ever been in love? That's a hard question. Part of me wants to say no, but at the same time, yes. Yeah, I have. She broke my heart back a long time ago now, though. It's been a while. Would you consider yourself to be artistic? Yes, I would. Would you consider yourself to be dominant in day life? Dominant, huh? I guess. Do you feel that you've got too much time on your hands? Sometimes I feel like I don't have enough time. Like there's not enough hours in the day. Even though I do feel lazy at the same time, sometimes I don't feel like I have enough time. Can you be easily intimidated by others? No. I grew up legitimately in like the ghetto. And people always try to be like, oh, there's no ghetto in Utah. It's Mormon country. Like, there could never be any crime or this, that, or the other. That's just very naive thinking. As long as there's humanity, there's crime. But the point I was gonna make is, there was a point I was hospitalized for my mental health. And there was this guy that acted very thuggy, like, I don't know, very stereotypical, like, hip-hop style dress of, like, bandanas, super baggy clothes, and he'd, like, talk to you with his chin up in the air in a thuggy way, and apparently he freaked a lot of the other people out, but I was like, yeah, whatever, he's just another wannabe thug, whatever. And even if he is gonna hurt me, like, I'm not intimidated, so no. Are you easily excitable? Man, I kinda wish. I kinda wish I was. But no. Do you enjoy solving complex problems? Sometimes? To a point. If it's too much going on, or too much going on for too long, then I can't. Do you have a difficult time relaxing? No, I think I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty calm for the most part. I can mellow out pretty easily with music or doing other stuff, video games and whatnot. Would you consider yourself to be high maintenance? No, I'm very low maintenance, I think. Do you trust easily? No, I do not. I have major trust issues. Would you consider yourself to be an honest person? I'm honest about the fact that I'm dishonest. There are times and situations when honesty is not worth it, to be honest. Heh, funny. Have I said honest enough? But I'm not outright lying left and right. But I do know that there are times when it's better to lie. So, I guess. But it's not like a hard and fast rule to me that you have to be honest about everything. Yeah, absolutely. Have you ever lied to your best friend? Yes, I have. Have you ever lied to your family? Countless times. Have you lied about any answers during the session? No, I haven't really needed to. Are you wondering why all of these questions have to do with lying? Nah. This is all very useful information. Wonderful. I hope it does well for your research or whatever it is that you're doing for extrapolating all these answers. Are you a people pleaser? Yes and no. Yes, to a point, I think. Do you enjoy being the center of attention? No. No, I do not. I have a hard time with it. Do you feel like you've got a good sense of humor? I think so, for the most part. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I have, because I tend to do a lot of like dry humor and dark humor. Do you frighten easily? No. Well, jump scares don't count. Well, that was odd. I wonder what that was about. Yeah. I'm sure you do. That's probably a pretty good place for us to stop the simple segment of our questionnaire and move on to the more gritty questions. I mean, some of those questions were pretty gritty, but fair enough. This next set of questions will not be yes or no answers. The next portion of our session will be filled with various scenarios that put you smack dab in the middle of vital choice making. Okay. We'll see how well you handle your options as you delve deep into each scenario. Remember, the key to all of this is to answer honestly. Let's get started. Oh, this is pleasant, like music box kind of sound. You're home alone, it's dark, and it's storming outside. All of a sudden, there's a knock on your bedroom door. Someone's in your house. What do you do? Grab the closest item as weapon, ignore the knocking and hope it goes away, ask who is it, and wait. Boldly open the door. Fuck that, no. That is a bad idea. I would get the closest item that can be used as a weapon. Very interesting choice. You meet a homeless woman on the street. She asks you for money. You find it within yourself to give her all the spare change you have. Just as you do, a homeless man approaches, asking if you can spare some change. What do you do? That's kind of going more out of my way than I normally would, unless the guy was like desperately needing help. Just because I would usually, if I'm outside of the house, I'm doing something, so I usually am running errands or whatever. One of these two. I'd just tell him I don't have any more. Really now. Both your mother and your father fall incredibly ill to a life-threatening disease, and there's only enough medicine and facilities to save one of your parents, and time is of the essence. What do you do? I guess I'd give it to my father. I don't know. That doesn't surprise me. Well, yeah, if you really know me, then of course it doesn't. You find a case of money tucked away inside of a dumpster. Inside there's 10 solid gold bars and a vial of mysterious liquid. Under the vial there's a note that says, "The cure for cancer. What do you do?" Turn the case into a professional entity so they can utilize it. Keep the gold bars but give away the cure. Keep the cure but give away the gold bars. Keep everything to sell or use. I would just give the whole thing to a professional. A wasted opportunity, you say, but to be honest, people ask questions if you show up with random gold bars, man. You gotta think smart. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't judge. You do you. You're stuck alone inside of your house, and you're starving to death. You've completely run out of food, and no one is coming to save you for weeks. The only potential source of food around you is your family pets. What do you do? I guess I would just starve with them. Why am I not surprised? Well, I'm not gonna eat my pets. Too much trauma-related stuff. Your neighbor's home is on fire, a blazing inferno among smoke emits from the windows. You hear screams for help coming from within, but you can't see past the flames. No one else is around in sight. What do you do? I have experienced the first part of this, but he had actually gone for a walk, so he was fine. That's actually why that fire happened in the first place. Calling the fire department is the smartest thing. But if there's... I don't know. I live in the city, so I guess this one's not as necessary, like running into the burning home to rescue anyone you can. But at the same time, with a fire, time is very limited. Like, even if you save them, or even if the fire doesn't get them, smoke inhalation will. So I guess maybe I'd go into the burning home. I don't know. I guess I'd go into the house. I like that. Alrighty. You're fast asleep in your bed when you're awoken by what sounds like a woman's muffled cries from somewhere in your room. You quickly realize it's coming from under your bed. What do you do? No, I'm not looking under the bed. Freaking Hannibal has ruined that for me. If you've seen Hannibal, you know what I'm talking about, and I don't need to explain further. Hide under your covers and wait patiently. Verbally call out and ask who's in your room. Jump out of the bed and run out of the room. Yeah, that's what I would do. I would jump out of bed and run. A man in a fancy suit approaches you while you're walking down the street. He pulls a watch from his pocket and hands it to you. He claims that when the watch stops ticking, it marks the moment your time runs out on this earth. What do you do? It looks like there's like letters under this stuff again, and I don't know what, because it's like covered up by these other letters. I don't know. But then again, they do that in manga translations too sometimes, so I don't know. Maybe this was in a different language before. Who knows? Take the watch and thank him for the gift. Decline the offer for the watch and keep walking. Tell him that he needs professional help. Tell him you already got 3 of them as a toy in your Happy Meal. I would take the watch and thank him. Oh no. Oh gosh. That jump scared me because it froze. I don't know if it showed it. Anyway. Would you know? Why not? It's free. He's being kind, question mark. You're sitting at home. You're sitting at home playing a game on your PC when all of a sudden someone grips and squeezes your shoulder. Oh dear. Firmly from behind, what do you do? Jump up and turn around. Scream and stay still. Spin around with vicious elbow. I think I'd probably do that one. Huh. You're sitting in the bathtub trying to relax when a hand emerges from the water. What do you do? Yeah. Jump out of the bath and run. Kick the hand and try to keep it away from you. Give it a firm handshake. Push it underwater and hope that you get some free... No. Jump... Jump out of the bath. That's what I would do. Clever. I mean, is it though? Wouldn't everybody do that? You get out of bed and immediately fall down into a deep, dark hole. A man is standing above you, looking down, telling you to put lotion on your skin while he watches. What do you do? So there's a random hole. He tells me to put on lotion. Is there lotion in the hole? I guess. There must be. I guess I'd put lotion on. Whatever. Smart choice. You're sitting at home alone and all of a sudden your door slams shut. You see it before your very eyes and you know that no one is home. And it couldn't have been a gust of wind. What do you do? Stay perfectly still and watch the door. Look for a weapon around the room. Jump up and try to climb out the window. Run over to the door and open it. I think I'd sit still and watch the door probably. I like that. You're kind of weird sometimes, man. Maybe you should talk to somebody about that, huh? I like you, but you kind of freak me out sometimes. Someone you've known for many years, but have no attraction to, tells you that they've had a massive crush on you for a long time. What do you do? Once again, I've actually been in this situation before more than once. Not that I'm like some big hotshot or super desirable or whatever. It's just, I think, something that happens to people from time to time. I mean, I've gone with that one at one point. No. Tell them that you feel like dating might ruin the friendship. Any of these three would be fine. Sure. I think this is what I do most of the time, or have done more often. But going forward, I think I'd rather say that one. Ah, so you're one of those types. Sure. Whatever that means. Your dog starts randomly barking into the darkest corner of your living room. There doesn't appear to be anything there, but your dog insists on escalating to growls. What do you do? Once again, I've been in this exact scenario. There's a reason I do believe in the paranormal to some degree. Try to calm your dog down by petting them. Stand and stare at the corner to see if anything moves. Walk up and extend your hand. Feel for anything. No, I would not do that. My paranoia and Doctor Who have taught me don't touch random stuff. Walk out of the room and ignore it entirely. I would stare at the corner and pet the dog at the same time. I'm taking note of that. You do that, go right ahead. You see a massive spider in your room the size of your hand. What do? Grab something bigger to smash it. Well, I guess we're moving out now. Burn the entire house down. It's the only way to be safe. Try to capture it alive for science. I would grab something bigger to smash it, I think. Because fuck that. No, I'm not letting it run around my room. Your closest family member tells you that they're a serial killer. What do? My closest family member? Tell them you don't want to know any more details, turn them into the authorities, ask them information so you can help them stay out of trouble, or try to convince them that they need help. I would try to convince them that they need help. I see. If you found out that you only had one day left to live, what do? Tell everyone that I love them and to be happy, not sad. Do something insane and crazy, anything goes. Not tell anyone at all, just act as if nothing changed. Spend my time on my own, away from others. This is what I kind of do most of the time anyway. I'm kind of a quiet, keep to myself type person. Except with like a few people. If I only had one day left. I guess I'd tell them that, but I would wait until like the last moment that I could tell them. Alright then. If one of your pets started speaking to you and told you that they've got a dire warning that they were going to die if you didn't let them eat all the ice cream in the freezer, what would you do? Go lay down, I'm obviously too high for this. Give them all the ice cream they can handle. Don't give them ice cream, you're not gonna fall for that one. Assure them that you'll protect them and they won't die. I would do that one. It'd make them sick anyway, if I let them. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm a softie to pets, what can you say? If all of a sudden you could start hearing other people's thoughts, and the person next to you was thinking about mugging you and stealing your money, what would you do? Take preemptive action and beat them up first? No. Tell them you don't think mugging you is a good idea, get away from them as quickly as possible, or ignore it, you don't know that you aren't just hallucinating. Either of these is fine, but I think I'd rather get away from them. That sounds reasonable. Thank you. Your best friend comes to you and tells you that they just accidentally killed someone and they don't want to go to prison. What do? Help them hide the body. See, that's a problem. Necrophobia, I don't think I could do that. Report them to authorities, tell them that they're on their own, but you won't rat them out. Try to convince them to turn themselves in. I'd just do that. Aw. You're driving in your car and you accidentally run someone over. You're pretty sure that they're okay, but the fact that their head is clearly detached from their body suggests that it's probably just wishful thinking. What do? Well, you never know. They could be the kind of vampire that can detach the head from the body. Or a Doolan. You never know. But realistically speaking, let's see. Call your best friend and tell them that you don't want to go to prison. Turn yourself into the authorities. Drive away and hope nobody saw what you did. Try to hide the body yourself. I would contact the authorities. Whether they're alive or not, I'm watching it. Okay. Interesting how that played out. I think it's time we move on to the next portion of our test. Well, damn. Alright. I have to say something about this bookshelf, though. You gotta keep your books in better condition, man. You gotta tidy that stuff up. Get the spider webs out of there. Gonna get them all ruined. Gotta treat them with love. Anyway. Oh shoot, I didn't read that one. Imagine you've got a gun to your head and absolutely must choose an answer. Sure. No matter how uncomfortable that may be. Sounds good, let's go. Exactly. Let's go. Would you rather be loved by all or feared by all? Oh, well, that was an interesting sound. Realistically speaking, I think I'd rather be loved. Would you rather never get angry or never get jealous? Anger can be a good thing sometimes. Jealousy, though, it just festers. Would you rather be held in high regard by your parents or by your friends? My friends. Would you rather live in space or live under the sea? In space. Fuck the ocean. Would you rather donate your body to science or donate your organs to people who need them? Organs to people who need them. Would you rather go to jail for 5 years for something you didn't do or get away with something horrible you did but always live in fear of being caught? I think I'd rather live in fear. Would you rather work at a horrible job that you hate but retire comfortably in 10 years from now? Or would you rather have your dream job but have to work until the day you die? I would rather work until the day I die at a job I like. That's a weird sound. Would you rather every shirt you'll ever wear be somewhat itchy or only be able to use one-ply toilet paper? One-ply, because clothing matters, like texture matters a lot. And you can just fold the toilet paper. Would you rather have skin that changes colors depending on your mood, or have tattoos appear on your body that depict what you did yesterday? Honestly, they both sound kind of interesting. I'll go with the tattoos. Would you rather shit every time you orgasm or orgasm every time you see a dog? I guess I would choose the dog one because that other one sounds awful. If your partner switched bodies with one of your parents, and the only way to get them to switch back was to sleep with one of them, would you rather sleep with your partner in your parent's body or your partner... I'm getting tongue-tied. Or your parent in your partner's body? They're both the same-ish. We'll go with that one. Just answer the question. Well, they both sound awful, so... Also, where did he go? I mean, my partner. I would not want that kind of shared memory with my parent. That one had no bearing on your results. I was just curious. I see. So what you're saying is that you are the one that's super kinky. Fair enough. I think we've answered enough of these types of questions, as I'm sure you'd agree. Yes, let's move on. We're going to end the test with a short series of final questions giving simple answers. We'll get started now. Alright. Out of the following options, which number do you like the most? 7. Out of the following options, which color resonates with you best at this exact moment? Black. I'm kind of goth. Out of the following options, which creature are you the least comfortable around? Spiders, snakes, scorpions, dogs. I mean, I think snakes and dogs are pretty close because I've had trauma with dogs. Like I was attacked on my mission. Under no fault of my own, but scorpions are also freaking ugh. Spiders, I can kind of handle. I don't like them though. To be honest, I'm not terribly comfortable with any of these. But I can tolerate some dogs. To hell with it, we'll go snakes. Out of the following options, which flavor is your favorite? Vanilla. Out of the following options, which do you personally value the most? family, friends, money, freedom. It's between friends and freedom. I'll go with friends though. Out of the following options, which could you most live without? I mean, I literally have no money currently, so I'm kind of living that right now. Out of the following options, which statement is the most accurate? I'm brave, I'm caring, I'm smart, I'm attractive. I think smart. Out of the following options, which are you most afraid of? Living forever. I actually would like that, I think. Losing my loved ones, dying alone, dying immediately after this test is finished. Nah, I don't buy that one. Losing my loved ones, but honestly, there's a difference between like them dying versus them like losing touch with them because you drift apart or have a falling out. So I guess it would depend on that, but we're almost finished, but I've just got one final question for you. Have you ever punched a nun? Nope. You really ought to try it sometime. It can really take the edge off. I see. Alright, we're done here. I'm through with you. Hey. Where's all your nice, kind stuff going? You're a little flippant, huh? I'm just gonna calculate your results very carefully. I don't want to miss anything important. Trying my absolute hardest not to judge you right now. Trying to keep this as professional as possible. Aha, here we go. I mean, you judge if you want to. It's not gonna really do that much to affect me. I'm used to it. Unfortunately, based on what you've told me, I've come to a conclusion. This is what I personally believe would be in your best interest to acknowledge, set in motion, and accomplish in order to climb the ladder to happiness in your life. First and foremost, I'd like to start with a blanket statement that everyone truly needs to hear. Something that is taken for granted far more than anything else in life. Something that has such an incredible, unique, irreplaceable value compared to any other thing on this earth. This is lovely music. And that, my friends, is the value of time. Absolutely. I completely agree. Time is the most valuable form of currency you will ever hold in your life. In life, I meant. You can spend time on anyone, do anything, for any reason. Now, time can be spent, time can be wasted, and time can be taken away. But time can never be refunded. Time can never be earned back, and more time can never be gained. Imagine a bank account with all the money you'll ever get to spend in life. Now, imagine not knowing how much money is in your account. Imagine going to the store one day to purchase something you really need, and the cashier tells you, "I'm sorry, but you cannot afford that." As a matter of fact, you can never afford anything, ever again. We only have so much time, and we have no idea just how much, or how little we truly have before our bank account runs dry. And the fact that we get to decide and choose what we spend our time on just shows you how truly special it is when someone spends their time on you. Aw, that is true. I do my utmost to dedicate my time to those that I care about. And I agree. Time is such a valuable resource. That's part of the reason I started posting YouTube videos in the first place, because who knows how much time I have, or any of us have, and I want to have something to show for it, at least. So now that we understand the incredible value of time, I'd like to make a suggestion for you personally on how I think you'd be best spending your time in order to achieve what you need most at this current stage in your life. Let's see here. Oh wow. You've sure had it rough up until now. You've been hurt a lot in the past, and it's caused you to look at certain situations in an entirely different light than you otherwise would have if you hadn't gone through such trauma. 100% that's true. The good news is, now that we've identified one of your biggest issues, we can begin working on a solution to fix it. My advice to you is to remember that everything does in fact happen for a reason. Whether it's in a spiritual way or a philosophical way, everything we go through in life, both good and bad, teaches us something new and prepares us for something else that's yet to come. That's why I think experiences are so important, and you don't need money for that. The next time something bad or negative in general happens to you, I want you to take the time to mull it over for a while before reacting in a negative way. Even a broken clock tells the time correctly twice a day. I want you to take the time to think about the positives in every situation. I want you to think about everything you've endured and where you are today. And then I want you to take the time to smile and be thankful that you're still here, because I can assure you that many others are grateful for you being here too. If you just take a little extra time to pick out the positive things in negative situations and think about what the lesson is trying to teach you, rather than what it's currently doing to you, then you'll be walking down an incredible path to an incredible future. I think you'll be very surprised just how much of a positive impact this can have on your life going forward. I hope this information helps you achieve your goals. Your secret word is grateful. Remember this word. This will come in handy. Bye! Thanks for talking with me. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We'll be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. If you do not wish to be a part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments, and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave, and we always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. One more thing. We greatly appreciate your feedback and support. We've read every single review and comment left for us. We love the conspiracy theories behind the greater meaning of all of this. And in the third and final installment of the test series, all will finally be revealed. But not a single person has been able to figure out what this entire experiment is all about yet. We look forward to reading your thoughts and feelings, as it helps shape what we do as we work on future projects to bring the most emotion out of you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for playing, and thank you for contributing your secret words to our projects. If you wish to support us further, we would love if you check out our other titles on the other games section of the title screen. After playing the test Final Revelation, the third game, we also have the testing chamber, which is connected to the test trilogy in a very special and unique way. In the meantime, the Advisor is another interesting experience that we'd like to recommend, as it has a great emphasis on player-developer interaction where you, the player, gets to vote on how the story will be written in future episodes. Your opinions and decisions have a direct impact on the development process and storyline of the Advisor series, and we'd love to read your ideas, thoughts, and contributions. Again, thank you so very much for supporting us in our journey. We truly cannot show our gratitude and appreciation enough. For all you do for us, we hope the rest of your day is filled with all the joy and happiness that you deserve. Random Studios. That's sweet. I'm glad they added this. It shows that they really care about their fan base and those that go out of their way to play this. Feel free to check out our other titles if you wish to support us further. Wow, they have quite a few. Well, that was nice. Honestly, despite like the kind of ominous music and sounds that they add, it's a pretty wholesome test. We've made a list of names of those who have supported our projects along the way, and we'll be continuing to extend this list in future titles. Would you like to see them now? Warning, the list is quite long. Not right now, unfortunately. But that is very kind of them that they included everybody that has helped them. Well, that was a very wholesome message. Oh, gosh dang it. Well, the kitty just stepped on a key. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and maybe you learned something fun about me or from me, who knows. But just remember to be grateful for what you have and for those that are in your lives. None of us really know how much time we have with those that we care about, but we just have to be grateful. There's really not much point in being sad about it because there's not anything we can really do to prevent it. Death is just a part of life after all. So try to make the most of the time that you have with your loved ones and help them to know that you appreciate them and that they mean a lot to you. And try to dedicate your time to doing stuff that means something to you. I know everyone's caught up in the grind of life, but just make sure that your life is dedicated to what you care about. The stuff that matters to you. Whatever it is that makes your life that makes you ignite with passion or that makes you happy. Thanks for joining me today. If you liked the video, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll see you all again soon.